Hey everybody, this is Joel Toppin here. Got a package in the mail from GMT Games. Triumph and Tragedy, European Balance of Power 1936 to 1945 by Craig Besinque is finally at my door. So thank you, Craig, for getting me a copy of this. We're going to go ahead and take a look inside the box here, see what we got. First of all, this is the block game, and there are a ton of blocks in here. Lots of stickering fun, big time. Sweet. GMT baggies. Got some dice in here. Looks like you get 4 dice. Okay. It is, in some ways, the combat system is like a typical block game, but there are some really interesting things going on in this game because it is a true 3-way game. Packing slip by Deb. 2 decks of cards, one of which has your technologies, your factory output and industry. You can research special technologies through this. You can increase your industrial output. There's basically 3 things you can do on these cards. Then you have diplomacy and operations, command operations on these. So again, 3 different ways you can use these cards, and you have to pick which one. Do you want to try to get Spain on your side, Yugoslavia on your side, or use this for commands? So that's kind of how the cards work in the game. I was involved for a little while in the development of the game, so I know a little bit about this one. Artwork on the back is pretty cool. So you have nice artwork on the back side of the card. Okay, you have rules of play. It's not a terribly complicated game at all. I would weigh this game as being more complex than a comparable title is, I think, Victory in Europe. I can't remember the exact name. A new Columbia block game. It looks kind of like this. It would be comparable in terms of complexity. This one here is going to have more weight to it. There's a lot more going on in this game than in the Columbia title. So you have some charts here, double-sided. Tells you everything you need to know about your sequence of play, technologies, and so forth. What the different types of blocks can do. Alright, so the rule book is semi-gloss. Excuse me, it is glossy. It is weighing in at 20 pages in its entirety. Let's see. Hey, I am listed there. There we go. There's my name. There are going to be probably 3 of those play aids, one for each of the factions. So you have the Soviet faction, the Western faction, and the German Axis faction. So if you like possible alternate history, this is probably the game for you, because this game will go off the historical rails almost immediately. It's a lot of fun. Alright, so here is the counter sheet. Not a lot in the way of counters here. They're 1/2 inch, white core. Nicely centered. Good job, guys. Those look nicely centered. So everything you're going to need as far as the counters go right here. Sheet of stickers. Like I said, you got a lot of stickering fun here. I think the block count is comparable to like Europe and golf. There's a lot of blocks here. And I think there are multiple sheets of stickers. They're stuck together. Anyways, stickers, I'll just put it up here so you can see it a little bit better. They're nice little silhouettes. NATO symbols for the ground units, and then silhouettes for the others. Those are pretty cool. Let me refocus here. Okay, I was able to separate the sheets. They were kind of bound together by a paper band. You got some spare labels on sheet 2. Here's your Soviet blocks, neutrals. I'm not sure what those. Oh, okay, it's just for the current turn order, etc. It's going to be on one of those blocks. Western, France, USA, Italy, and Germany. So there's your nationalities for your blocks. You can really customize the type of military you want to build for your faction in this game. There's a game record sheet for some people who like to keep track of their what do you call it, the production, things like that. If you want to keep track of it in a flowing account, some people like that. And there is a pretty nice pad of these in here, so it's not like they gave you like 3 of them. It's just a nice little pad. I don't know, I would guess there's probably 30 sheets on this pad. So next up we have the map. This looks really cool. It's the first time I've seen the map up close, so give me a second. I want to unfold this and give you a look at it. Okay, we got the map unfolded here. It looks to be like a standard poster-sized sheet. It is of a cardstock thickness. I would say the same stock maybe as the Play 8s. So it's not paper thin, but it's not a mounted board either. You'll probably want plexiglass, or you could even use drafter's tape to hold this thing down. It's a pretty sturdy map. You'll be able to unfold this and fold this a lot before it would wear through. So again, it's a 3-way block game. It gets a little weird at first, because you have to sit at the, kind of the corners. So you'll see the map is oriented so that you can sit at your corner, if you will. So the Soviet will be kind of sitting in this corner. That's why his track is here. Western player, his track is here. And then the Axis will probably sit just kind of along this edge here. There's your turn record track there. There's space on the map for the deck, investment deck, and so forth. The map, if you played the Columbia game, it's almost like the Columbia game pilfered this map. It's astonishingly similar, frighteningly similar, I would say, to Craig's design, which has been out there for a long time. This game has been under development for a long, long time. So kind of a neat game, very different approach to look at Europe in the 1930s and 40s. Again, if you like alternate history, this is probably your cup of tea. All right, that's the map of the game. There is one more thing in the box. That's playbook. So there is a glossy playbook containing your glossary, a glossy glossary. It's 24 pages long. You're going to have example play in there that will pretty much teach you the game if I understand it correctly. So that's kind of neat. Someone using some of my ideas. We did something like that, I think, with Hellings and some of the other games I've been involved in. That's kind of nice to do. So there's a full extended example play in this thing. So you can jump right into this game. It's not going to take you a lot to learn how to do. So again, this is Triumph and Tragedy, European Balance of Power, 1936-1945 by Craig Besinque, and that's what comes inside the box.